Good morning, students. Hope you are all fine. Okay. All the best for your next, that means for your 10th standard children. So we'll start your bridge course classes, what exactly it is. So how you have to keep your books. I think you have got your old textbooks from your senior students, or any one of you, your textbook, if it has been there, just gather it and keep it. And if the books has been available in the schools also, you can collect it. Okay. And how the classes to be maintained is 100 pages physics, 100 pages chemistry, and 100 pages biology books where you have to, and you have 3 records, chemistry, biology and physics records are there. Okay. Regarding records, I will tell you later. And record submission, your assignments and class of submission to be updated properly the given time, what exactly it has been there. Then only you will have your internal marks will be giving you. If not, in the sense your internal marks will be not given to you properly. Okay. So your assignments as well as your classworks as well as your record, whatever the given time, that means after the classes, whatever exactly it has been taking place, each and every section after seeing it, what are the classwork or notes it has been given, I'll let you know whatever the date it should be submitted, it should be submitted on that day itself. Okay, right. So now what are the bridge course we are going to discuss about? See, right now in this section we are going to discuss about your chemistry. So science is a basic language, basic language only where you can take, where you people have to learn whatever the language you have, like English, maths, English, Kannada or Hindi or many other different languages, whatever it may be. Like the science also is a scientific language where we people have to think differently and speak in that scientific terms, what it has been given for each individual things, what exactly we have to learn. So science has been basically divided into physics, chemistry and biology. So I will be taking your chemistry and biology classes from right now. So in your chemistry, we know we are going to discuss about some chemical reactions, or whether it is physically changed or whether it is chemically changed, or you would have discussed about what is atom, element, compound, molecule, or chemical equation, all these things, some terms where we people would have heard whatever I told you right now, right? No? So already you would have studied in class 8th and 9th as well. So in your 10th standard, we have how many chapters? Actually, chemical reactions and equation, acid, bases and salts, and we have metals and non-metals. Then you have carbon and its components, and periodic classification of elements. I think 5 chapters you have in your chemistry, and in your biology you have 6 chapters. That means we have life process, control and coordination, how do organisms reproduce, sustainable management, our environment, heredity and evolution. So 6 chapters in your biology. I don't know whether it will be continuing with the last year, how exactly the portions which has been reduced, it will be continued, or from the beginning it has been continued. We don't know, children. Let us discuss what exactly it has been there for the whole academic. I will teach you all the things. I'm not going to skip any of the topics. If they tell you also to skip, in the sense, only during the your exam point of time and during your test point of time, whatever the portion has not been there, you're not going to study. But basically, whatever the concepts we people have to know, I'll explain you all the things. Okay. So as we have first chapter, chemical reactions and equations, it is not there. According to your last year, what the reduced portion was there, that lesson is not there. But without that lesson, I can't move further. So I have to teach that chapter and then move on with the next. So I will be discussing even that. But that is, we will see whether it has been reduced portion or whether it is continuous portion. We will discuss both the things in your classes. Okay, children. So now we are going to discuss about the chemistry topic and some terms. Just take a rough note and just make down whatever the terms which I'm going to tell you. So all that, what exactly, whether I told you about atom or whether it is an element or a molecule or the compound. Yellow atoms and elements and protons, what is neutron, what is electron. We don't know, ma'am, where all it is present. We don't know where is sodium, where is calcium, where is magnesium present in where it is, and why should we study chemistry regarding each and every substance of your body as well as outside your environment is all made up of your atoms itself. You know what is matter, right? Anything which occupies space and has mass. Matter, anything which occupies space and has matter. In the sense, see, you can think this is a matter. That means which is going to occupy some space between my finger and it is having some weight. right? So that is what is nothing but called as matter. Like this, where we are going to discuss about many terminologies where we people would have come across, but then too it is your what is that, bridge course class, where we are going to discuss regarding this. This all is a terminology where from the previous classes, from your 6th standard or from your 7th standard, we would have heard about your atoms, molecules, all the things. Okay, now the definition goes like this. Atoms. Atom is the smallest particle of a matter of an element. See, as I told you, it is a particle of a matter. What do you know about the particle? Particle, we know that it is can't be seen through your naked eyes, can be seen only through your microscope. Particle, very minute, than nanometer, it's very minute, which cannot be seen through your direct eyes. So as I told you, what is matter? Particle of matter. See, this is a matter. It is made up of many type of particles. Hundreds and thousands of particles which is being made up of. Am I right? If I take a choppice, and it is a matter which is made up of number of what is that, particles, and that is nothing but called as your atoms. Atom is the smallest particle, smallest in the sense you can imagine how small it is, very small. But all together, if it is being combined and it is visible to your eyes, it is nothing but called as your atoms. Okay, so under that we have your number of protons, whether it is positively charged or whether it can be negatively charged or whether it is equally charged, whether it is proton positive, whether it is electron positive, if it is neutron neutrally charged, negatively charged, like that. So next is your element. It is a substance that is made up of one type of atom. See, element is nothing but which is made up of one type of an atom. One type of atom in the sense, say, if I want to make this choppice, not with a different color, same color, but it is a choppice. For choppice, what all the ingredient which is required for the choppice, that material only I should add up. If not with different ratio, if I add also, it is not going to be an air element. So that is what is element. It should be added with the one type of an atom, one same type of an atom. Element, it is a substance that is made up of one type of an atom. One type in the sense whether it is sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, iron, phosphorus. You know how many elements are right now in our atmosphere? It has been there as 118 elements we have, children. Under 118 elements, we know these elements are divided into metals and non-metals. These elements are divided into metals and non-metals. Not only metals and non-metals, we have metalloids too. Metals, non-metals and metalloids. So these elements are differentiated. As it is made up of one type of an atom, they are also differentiated into metals, non-metals and metalloids. See, people know how we are going to identify whether it is a metal or non-metal based on their properties, some physical properties where they have. Regarding that, we people have to discuss. That means element are nothing but which is made up of same one type of an atom, whether it is sodium, calcium, magnesium, iron, or whether it is lead. All the things is considered to be as element. But in this element, which is considered to be as metal or non-metal, depends upon their properties. So if I take metal, metals are nothing but, see, you have two metals given in your hand. Not two metals, I can tell you. Two substances given in your hand. Or two element is given in your hand, children. Okay, which is painted in the same color or red or green color, it is painted to you. Now tell me, how will you identify whether it is a metal or non-metal or metalloid? So we know that metals, Kabana or metal, how exactly it is identified? Just rub it on the surface. If it is shines, it is considered to be as metal. If it won't shine, that's all. If it is not having that polished surface, it is not considered to be as metal. That's all. It's a non-metal. Like that. And if it is, drop the two metals down. If you hear that sound and vibration, what exactly it is produced, it is considered to be as your metal. If not, in the sense, it is considered to be as non-metal. Correct? Sonorous, lustrous. First point which I told you, shininess, lustrous. Sonorous is sound, whatever you hear. And if you take a hammer and beat it on the element which has been there, if it has been expanding or whether it has been giving different shapes to that component, that is considered to be as your metal. If you hammer it, if it breaks, it is considered to be as your non-metal. So like that, where under your elements, it is being differentiated into metals, non-metals and metalloids. Metalloids will have the property of both metals and non-metals. Both property of metal. Sometimes it acts as metal, sometimes it acts as non-metal. That property where it has is considered to be as your metalloids. Okay, so under your elements you have all that. Next we have molecule. Molecule andre ee eradu same number of atom what has been made up of is your elements, and with a different number of elements. If it is made up of not different number, if it is made up of number of atoms chemically combined, two or more atoms chemically joined, two or more atoms if it is chemically combined. Now if you take hydrogen, I have two atoms of hydrogen, and if I take calcium, two atoms of calcium. If I take phosphorus, four atoms of phosphorus. The same atom is being combined chemically, and they are called as your molecule. Two or more atoms which is chemically combined. Element allirodu onde. Adanne 2 to 3 times if it is being multiplied more and more, they are considered to be as your molecules. If you take, for example, hydrogen H2, oxygen O2, phosphorus P4, that is hydrogen, eradu atom is combined with this. Oxygen, two atoms, it is combined with oxygen itself, and they are considered to be as your molecule. Okay, next thing is your compound. Compound is nothing but, that is, it is a substance made up of two or more different elements. Different element andre gottu, it is made up of different types. What is that? Same number of atoms. The same number of atoms with different elements. Different elements in the sense, one can be metal or one can be non-metal. As I told you, elements is bifurcated under metals and non-metals. One metal agirbodu, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು non-metal agirbodu. ಇಲ್ಲ ಎರಡು non-metallic component combine agirbodu. But it is a different element. Now see, hydrogen is a different element. For example, it is here itself, water is considered to be as your compound. Why? Because hydrogen is one of the elements. Oxygen is one of the elements. If these two elements are combined together, that is hydrogen is one of the, oxygen is one, so different elements is combined together. There is nothing but called as compound. If you take this example, sodium is one of the element, chlorine is one of the element. So if these two is combined together, a metal and a non-metal, nothing but called as your compound. Now if I take carbon dioxide, carbon is one of the atom, oxygen is one of the element. If it is combined together, carbon dioxide is formed, and this is nothing but called as compound. Different elements. Carbon one element chagate, oxygen is one of the element. If this two is combined together, and they are considered to be as your compound. And in your class 9, we have discussed regarding the compounds very well, children. But right now, see, copy down whatever the definitions which I gave you and by-head it properly in your first round test. That means if the test is conducted, pre-test, post-test, where you will have, children. So pre-test in the sense, whatever the bridge course we are going to tell you, so based on that only questions will be there. So be clear whatever the topic. See, because without this atoms, elements and compounds, chemistry, you won't understand anything. Okay, yes. So now where we have to tell about, I have to tell you about compounds, more detail I have to tell you about the compounds. And in your class 9th also we have discussed about the compound. In class 9th also we have discussed about the compounds. That means compounds are the combination of metal and non-metal, or it can be metal and metal. Metal and metal combination will be there, not there. But non-metal can be a combination, or metal and non-metal will be a combination for your compounds. It can be metal or non-metal and non-metal, not or. Metal and non-metal combination will be there, or non-metal combination will be there. Metallic, two metallic components will not be a combination, children, under your compounds, but non-metals too can be a combination. Now see, hydrogen is one of the non-metal, oxygen is also gaseous state of non-metal. If this two is combined, is considered to be as your compound. Like that, non-metal combination can be there, but metallic combination cannot be considered to be as your compound. It is not going to be possible. Okay, so now let us discuss about how the compound, how you have to name it. How exactly we people have come across what exactly is compounds. So compounds, as I told you, how will you write the name? Now if you take sodium chloride, see, sodium is a metal, chloride is a non-metallic component. If these two combine, how will this combine, and how to write the formula of a compound? Sodium symbol is Na. In your 9th standard textbook, in atoms and molecules, you can see symbols is given. I wanted you people to by heart all that symbols. Sodium Na, chlorine Cl, iron Fe, iodine I, bromine Br, barium Ba, and what exactly? Aluminium Al, magnesium Mg, and hydrogen H, oxygen O2, and you have phosphorus P4, sulfate SO4, sulfite SO3. All that is given in your textbook. Please by heart that before starting the chapters. Why I am telling you is, without these compounds and elements, symbols, or the names of that, you can't understand chemistry, children, I'll tell you. Okay, so please go through all the things. Now, how will you write it? See, sodium. Why, ma'am, sodium? I can write a compound symbol to be as S, SO. Why I am not written? See, S is already repeated for sulfur. I don't need to write it. So, I am taking a Latin name, natrium. I'm going to take a Latin name of natrium, so Na. Okay, so for sodium. Next is chlorine, Cl. I'm going to write it. Now, symbols we have already discussed. So, if I have to take the valency of it. Plus 1 will be the valency for sodium, minus 1 will be the valency for chlorine. If you crisscross, I am going to get the formula of NaCl. This is sodium chloride. Now, I am going to write the one more compound name, that is magnesium. If I take magnesium chloride, what is the symbol of magnesium is Mg. So if I tell immediately, you have to know chlorine Cl. Magnesium valency is plus 2. How will you know, ma'am, valency of magnesium? By hearted, ma'am. What to do? Chlorine minus 1. Crisscross both of this, where you will get MgCl2. See, Mg is 1. So why I didn't represent plus 1 and minus 1 here is, when you write the compound name, you don't need to represent this ions. When you write the compound name, you don't need to represent the ions what has been there. NaCl directly you can write. But here, when it is more than 1, if you represent 1, if you want to represent, it is equal itself. So I don't want to represent. But if it is 2 or 3, when it is crisscrossed, you can see Mg is 1. So I don't need to represent 1 over there. Chlorine is 2. So I have represented to be a Cl2. Don't write as Mg2Cl. It's wrong. So it's MgCl2. Got it? How to write the compound name? So always while writing a compound name, the first letter should be capital, followed by that the next name should be, next letter will be your smaller letter. Even chlorine also. Chlorine C should be capital, L should be smaller. In an element, if you're writing an element. If it is combined together, the same way. First metal. Always see, children, while writing a compound name, one metal in the non-metal agi ratte. So while writing a compound name, one will be metal, the other one will be the non-metallic component, or the two also will be non-metallic component. No metallic component combination will be there. And always while writing, first whatever you write will be metal, and followed by the next whatever you write is nothing but called as your non-metal. Now if I give some more example. Some more example. If I take, what I can take? Hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid. Ma'am, hydrochloric acid. Ma'am, it's an acid name. We are discussing about the compound. Hydrochloric, that means hydrogen and chlorine combination is there. Hydrogen is H, chlorine is Cl, hydrogen is plus 1, chlorine is Cl minus 1. If you crisscross, what is the formula of hydrochloric acid? Is Cl, HCl. Okay, now if I take sulfuric acid, SUL, sulfuric acid. Ma'am, don't give that kind of questions and all, ma'am. Sulfuric acid, easy, you will do it. Or difficulty things, you will give it to us. Don't worry, I'll only do it. Sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid will consist of hydrogen, sulfur, oxygen. Means that it contains elements called hydrogen, sulfur and oxygen component is being present in your sulfuric acid. So sulfuric acid will have hydrogen and you have SO4, sulfate. Hydrogen sulfate, so it is plus 1 and sulfate it is minus 2. Sulfate directly is SO4, children. It is not separately SNO4. Sulfate is directly SO4. So if you take sulfate, sulfite, SO3 is also -2, SO4 is also -2. So if I crisscross, what is the formula of sulfuric acid is H2SO4. So what are the elements present in sulfuric acid? Elements present in sulfuric acid. As I told you, what are elements is nothing but which is made up of same. Now hydrogen is one of the elements. Then it is your sulfur. S is sulfur. Then O is oxygen. That means sulfuric acid is made up of 3 elements called as hydrogen, sulfur, oxygen. Nothing but called as your compound. Sulfuric acid. Hydrochloric acid, it has 2, hydrogen and chlorine combined together is nothing but called as your hydrochloric acid. So these are nothing but called as compounds. Please, if it is not understood, in your 9th standard textbook also you have some of the compounds name, elements, valencies, all that. Please by heart that, then you will know to write the compound name. Why? Because if I tell you when hydrochloric acid is reacted with metal, Fe, hydrochloric acid is reacted with Fe, I am going to get ferric chloride plus hydrogen in the sense. What, ma'am? In which language you are speaking? You should not be panic at this point of time. For that reason only I am telling you to by heart the compounds. Is it clear? Compound names, how to write the compounds, everything if you by heart, that will be easy for you. Okay. Now the next definition which I have to tell you is ions. Okay, please go through your 9th standard textbook, children, how to write the compound name and all. Now I gave you one example, right? When, what is that? When a hydrochloric acid is reacted with iron, Fe, to produce, I don't know what exactly it is, but how will you write this? You want to know the compound, the formula, right? So hydrochloric acid is HCl, okay, right. Iron, Fe, ma'am, I know this, but what will be the product? See, always when the combination has been taken place, one will be positive and one will be negative. So iron will be replaced with hydrogen, that is FeCl2 plus H2. That is ferric chloride and hydrogen is produced. Ferric chloride and hydrogen is produced. Like this, if I tell it in words, you people have to be very familiar how to write this in a symbolic manner. Okay, we will discuss all these things later, children. But to know how to write all these things, it is very important. That is what, for that reason only I am telling you. People have to know the compound symbol to write in the compound name. Now let me discuss about ions. Ions are nothing but charges given on a particle or given on an atom. Charges given on an atom. Charges given on an atom by loss or gain of electrons, by losing or gaining of electrons. What are ions? First, let me tell you what is ions in the sense. You know what are ions? See, whenever you write, if you write Na plus 1, magnesium 2 plus, how will you write this? These are nothing but called as your ions. These are nothing but called as, that means plus or minus, or whether it is chlorine minus. We are going to represent this. This is nothing but called as your ions representation. The charge, whether it is positively charged or whether it is negatively charged, will be representing your ions. But how will you tell whether it is positively charged or whether it is negatively charged? See, losing of electrons, lose of electrons will be always positively charged. If it gains electrons, it is considered to be as negatively charged. If it loses electron, it is positive. See, in your maths, losing is minus, gaining is positive. Inverse of mathematics is considered to be as your ions, children. If it loses, see, one atom is there. If that atom has to be constant or stable, stable agirbeku andre, it should give up something. It is going to give, or it should gain something. See, my stomach is not filled, or my stomach is full. If my stomach is full, I have to not eat. I have to give them. Correct. And if my stomach is not filled, I have to take it. At that point of time, whatever I am going to take or I am going to give, and that representation will tell you about your ions. Don't give the same example. If my man's stomach is not filled, if my man's stomach is filled, don't give that example. The charge is given on an atom whether it loses or gains electron. That means if it loses electron, if if my stomach is filled completely, children, I don't want to eat anymore. So that time I'm going to give that, whatever it has been there, whatever extra thing which has been there, I'm going to give it. And that is considered to be as positive vibes for me. I'm going to give, I'm going to share others. So that is nothing but which is positively charged. And if I take gaining of electrons, that means my stomach is not filled, whatever I'm eating, I'm going to take still more, adding up more and more to become more lazy and lazy. At that point of time, it is considered to be as your negatively charged. That means if an atom or an element, if you take an example of sodium, why ma'am sodium is considered to be as plus and chlorine is considered to be as negative? That means sodium is losing electron. That means chlorine is gaining electron. Sodium ge beda. It should give up. It is going to give electron. It's going to lose its electron. So it is considered to be as positively charged. Chlorine has to gain some more electron to fill it. So they are considered to be as its negatively charged. So for example of your ions where I can take to be as Na plus, Cl minus, oxygen 2 plus, and what is sulfur 2 minus. Like this, if I am going to represent, these are considered to be as your ions. The charges given on the particles. Clear, children? Yes, this is also one of the definition. And the next one is, so still we have how sodium got +1 or it got -1. As I told you, I just told you in simple words, if it loses or gains. But how it loses, how it gains, we have to discuss in the chapters what exactly. And further classes, we will discuss regarding all that things in detail here. Okay. Now the next one is isotopes. Isotopes. Yeah, atoms, molecules, elements also we have heard about that. But we don't know what exactly it has been taking place. Adella gottu, but ellidenta gottilla. Each and every part, like in your body, see they tell you calcium is less, sodium is less in your body, iron content is less, sodium, iron, they're all made up of atoms itself. They're all elements itself. So how you don't know the definitions of these atoms, elements only? Then your born only is based off, no? So for that only we are discussing. What are called as isotopes? Isotopes having same atomic number but different mass number. Atoms having, that means an element having same atomic number. An element or an atom having same, atomic number but different in their mass number. Atomic number will remain same. For example, if you take, see carbon 612, which is atomic number, which is mass number, you people know, children. What is atomic number, ma'am? We don't know, ma'am. Forgot all the things, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We people have to remember all the things. So atomic number and mass number. Atomic mass number. Atomic number, see here, children. This, if I take an element, this is an element. What do you represent below? Or what you represent below is considered to be as atomic number. What you represent above is considered to be as your mass number. And somewhere it will be interchanged to, children. At that point of time, atomic number will be smaller compared to your mass number. Atomic number will be compared to your atomic mass number. It will be smaller. Atomic number chikkadagirutte, mass number doddadagirutte. Don't represent atomic number kelagade bardirtare, ma'am, mass number mele bardirtare. No, don't give that definition. If it is interchanged, if they give you C12.6, how will you tell that time? So you have to remember that when you write atomic number or mass number, atomic number is smaller. Atomic number chikkadagirutte, mass number kena. So tell me which is atomic number in this. 6 is atomic number and 12 is atomic mass number. So here I am going to write, now if I take 6 and 12. So 6 is the atomic number, 12 is considered to be as mass number. That means atomic number will have only number of protons. Atomic number will have number of protons, but mass number will have number of protons and neutrons, children. Number of protons plus neutrons. So it is more. Yes, now obviously it is more. Here only number of protons. Illi protons jotege. Along with protons, you will have neutrons too. So they are considered to be as your mass number. You have two more definitions too. What is atomic number is? In an atom, number of protons is considered to be as your atomic number. In this, number of protons plus neutrons is considered to be as your mass number. Okay. So now what are isotopes? Isotopes having same atomic number but different mass number. That means carbon 6, 12. If we take carbon 6, 14. Now if I take carbon 6, 16. See here, what is same? Atomic numbers remain same. And you can see what is the difference? Mass number is going on difference. There is a variation in your mass number. They are considered to be as your isotopes. Having same atomic number, having different mass number are considered to be as your isotopes. Atomic number, what I told you, and atomic mass number, as I told you, how will you know the difference? Atomic number will have only number of protons, but mass number will have number of protons plus neutrons. Clear, children? Yes. Now next one is isobars. Isobars. So what are isobars? Same definition, ulta. Having same mass number but different atomic number. Ulta, opposite of this considered to be as your isobars. Isobars having same mass number will remain same. That means number of protons and neutrons all will remain same. Number of mass number will remain same, but number of protons will be different. So that means if I take calcium 20, 40, argon 18, 39.9, that is approximately equal to 40 itself. See the difference, children. You can see what is atomic number. What is the variation in your atomic number? Both are different. But what about your atomic mass number? It remains same. They are called as your isobars. Got it? So isotopes having same atomic number but different mass number. Atomic number same irutte, mass number will keep on differing, called isotopes. Isobars having different atomic numbers having same atomic mass are considered to be as your isobars. So by this way you know what are isotopes and what are isobars, and you know what is atomic mass and what is atomic number. Is it clear, children? And how to find number of protons and number of neutrons present, ma'am? We know what is atom, how it is made up of. Atoms. So in your 9th standard we have discussed about Bohr's atomic model. Bohr's atomic model, atoms. So atom will have a nucleus and you have different circular arrangement, nothing but called as your shells. This is nothing but called as your nucleus. And these are nothing but called as your shells, or it is considered to be as your orbits. So number of protons and electrons revolving around it. Number of protons and electrons which is revolving around it is nothing but called as your atoms. Now you can see where it is being present. We know this first, whatever nucleus you have, K shell, first shell, then you have L shell, then you have M shell, then you have N shell, already which you have discussed, children. K shell can have 2 electrons, L shell will have 8 electrons, M shell will have 18 electrons, N shell will have 32 electrons which has been present. Can accommodate. Means they can accommodate. Accommodate in the K shell can accommodate 2 electrons. Accommodation in the sense they are occupying some space over there. So 2 in the sense they occupy 2. If not in the sense not more than 2. But less than 2 is possible. That means K shell can have 2 electrons, correct? Above 2 is not possible. 2 kina jasti accommodate madakke alli availability space is not there. But it can accommodate only 1. 2 ge jaga ide, but 1 matra agbodu andre agli. 1 more will be remaining vacant, that's all, but not more than 2. If it is 8, 8 is possible, or less than 8 is possible, but not more than 8. Here 18, 18 is possible, less than 18 is possible, but not more than 18. Then if you come for N, it is possible with 32 or less than 42, but not more than 32. So this way of accommodation of electrons, how the shells will accommodate. See, first it is accommodating with 2 electrons, then the second one is accommodating with 8 electrons. So by this way, the number of electrons is losing or gaining. Is losing or gaining will represent your ions, whatever we have discussed. See, it is having 2. 2. If it is 1 more extra over there, it has to lose. Correct? No. So if it is losing, in the sense it becomes metal. So here it is 7. But how much it can accommodate? 8. So 7, in the sense it has to gain 1 more electron. So that time it becomes what? Negatively charged. Like that, positive and negative by losing or gaining electron by the accommodation. Whether it may be cations, positively charged, considered to be as your cations, and negatively charged is considered to be as your anions. So like this, where the arrangement of atoms and electrons, electrons which has been taken place, which is going to revolve around it, whether it is going to lose electron or gain electron, based on this it is going to dependent. And how will you find the atomic number and mass number, ma'am? Now you wrote carbon 6 and 12, atomic number and mass number. So we know 6 is nothing but called as number of, 6 is nothing but called as number of protons. Number of protons. Correct? No. Now 6 is nothing but called as number of protons. Now if I want to find number of neutrons. Now if I want to find number of neutrons. And what is number of electrons? See, number of electrons and protons will be equal. Number of protons and number of electrons will be equal. Proton 6 idya, electron also will be 6. Proton is 5, electron also 5. Proton is 4, number of electron is also 4. Like the protons and electrons will remain positively charged, and it has number of electrons will be remaining same. But when it comes to neutron, 1 or more it will be there. 1 or more, in the sense, if you take 6, that means if you want to find number of neutrons in carbon atom, in the sense, see, mass number minus number of protons. Mass number minus number of protons to find number of neutrons. I don't know what is number of neutron for your carbon compound. Now what is mass number of your carbon is 12 minus what is the number of proton is your atomic number, that is your 6. Now what will be number of neutron is 6. Now how will you find the mass number? Ma'am, I don't know how to find the mass number. Mass number, as I told you, is nothing but number of protons plus neutrons. Protons is what? 6. Neutron is what? 6. And 6 plus 6 is 12. Okay, ma'am. That is equal, ma'am. So you did it off. Now let me give you a different example, ma'am. If I take sodium at that point of time, how will I write? Number of protons and neutrons. So if it is sodium Na 12, 11 and 23. So what is atomic mass? Atomic mass is 23. Atomic number is 11. So now tell me what is number of protons? Number of proton is 11. Number of electron is, as I told you, number of proton and electron are equal. So it is 11. What about number of neutron? How will you find number of neutron? Mass number minus number of proton Mass number is 23 minus proton is 11. So it is 12. So what is the number of neutron present in your sodium atom is 12. Now how will you write? If the mass number is not given in the sense number of neutron plus number of proton. 11 plus 12, that will give you your mass number. So if one is not given, other one you can find. The other one is not given, you can't find anything. Ma'am, both mass number and atomic number is not given in the sense, how will I find at that point of time? It's easy to find whatever the number of protons and neutrons which has been there, you can easily add up and write it off. Now, if you know X value or Y value, if it is not given, how to find it? The same way here also. Okay, so these are the basic things where you people have to know, children. That means what is atom, what is molecule, what is an element, or what is a compound. At least 20 to 30 compound symbols you just by heart it, or just put the symbol name, symbols, and crisscross it. You will get the compound symbols and it will be easy for you to write. Okay, so next section we will discuss still some more basic things and then move on with the chapters. So next class also some more bridge course part let me discuss and then move on with the next topic. Okay, children, thank you. If any doubts is there, come and we will discuss it off and later on we can continue with further things. Be safe, children. Thank you.